Okay, there we go. It had some little technical stuff to figure out, but we are rolling. We're gonna wait a bit for some more folks to roll in. Alright, but yep, we're just getting started. Do a few other things together. Hey, Coral. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, just getting started. Got some fun things to work on today. Alright. Alright, so let's get into what we're doing today. So, as you see from the title, we're doing some character exploration. We got all the character designs settled, which I will go over here. You see here, I finished up redoing the main character designs, and I'll actually bring up their old designs as well for comparison. But yeah, so we finished all the redesigns for the characters. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. There's definitely still some tweaks I plan on making later, but we're just gonna go ahead and roll with what we got for now, because I'm pretty satisfied. This one in particular, honestly, I'm really happy with him. I am really glad with how his design progressed. I feel like I was able to emphasize the theme more, just make something a lot more effective. Hers, I'm pretty happy with her design. There's just a few things I want to alter. It's mainly like color, certain areas like the dress and cake color. Like, I don't know, maybe it's fine, but I probably will still end up doing some tweaking. And then over here, I actually am really happy with how his design turned out, but I feel like his is the most like one I'm still kind of torn on. I still feel like there's some things I want to adjust, and it's mainly still in that head area. I still like, I'm not entirely satisfied with how like his head shape. So that's something I'll work and figure out over time. But for now, I'm pretty happy with how they progress. I feel like I might refer back to like over here for his look, to see like what I wanted, how I might want to alter his head shape. I feel like I'm more satisfied with this here than I am here, but we'll figure something out. Like maybe make it wider. I don't know, but for now we're just gonna leave things as they are and continue on with development. But overall, I'm pretty happy. And then we have, thank you, Cora. I appreciate it. And I'm pretty satisfied despite all the few nitpicks. And then we have our remaining bots over here. This is the full cast right here for these bots. And I'm pretty happy overall with how they turned out. Yeah, I'm really liking these. So, what we're going to do now is some character exploration. So over here, basically just gonna kind of practice these characters a bit. I want to make like mini, I guess you could say mini character sheets somewhat, just exploring a few poses and stuff, getting the hang of their designs. Like we did the basic design portion, and now it's time to really understand them and make them work in different angles. So that's kind of what we're working on now. It's the next phase. I did a few things a good while ago, maybe like a few weeks ago or something. I gotten an iPad as a gift, so I've been trying out Procreate. I've had it for a couple years, but I haven't had an iPad in so long. So I've been sketching some things on Procreate on like off time, just to practice a little bit. It's only a couple sketches. Yeah, this right here. Big fan of these. But it's really trying to figure out how I actually will go about drawing these characters in the comic. Because I'm going to need these to be simple and easy to understand. Know how to break them down into simple shapes so that I can draw them consistently. Because you know with a comic you're going to be drawing things like 100,000 times, so that's something I really want to get down. So that's essentially what we're working on. We're just going to go bit by bit with the characters. So I figured we'll start just from the beginning. Just like say these guys, so we'll start off with him right here. And just pick up from there. See how things go. Just try to understand how I'll simplify him for actual drawing. Because I did these guys like this. Once you actually start putting the character in motion, then you gotta start tweaking things. So that's what we're gonna try to figure out. Let's just pick a nice, fun little loose brush and decide what I want to do. We'll go with cream pencil in here. Yeah, like, and actually kind of tackling them wasn't as hard as I expected, since I did keep them very simple. The main challenge is figuring out all their shapes. Like him right here, I think there's a lot of changes I have to make to like some of the portions of his designs, like namely his arms and shoulders, adjusting things like the bulky, well, kind of every piece of him really, the bulky parts. I need to figure out how they're going to twist and junk. But alright, let's get started with the big guy over here. I think I'll bring him over here so I can get a good look at him while we draw. Just kind of have him placed in the corner, and just take a crack at it. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Though the posing stuff doesn't really matter. It's really just trying to both getting a feel for his personality and his design is basically what we're going for here. I'm gonna try to keep things really like loose and easy. Just not overthink it too much. Hey, Ghost. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you. I too think he's a cool guy. I went over everything, but in a nutshell, we're going to be trying to just draw the characters now and understand their designs beyond just like a simple front face reference thingy. So I'm really going to try to be quick with this and not linger too long. This time I'm actually going to put a timer on. Let's see. There we go. So I don't forget. So we're just going to throw up some poses and just see how they look. Yeah, this really is like a big new avenue for me to try to figure out, so I don't want to overthink this side, but do want to go ahead and try to get a hang on how I'm going to draw these guys. It's like whatever kind of changed and stuff gotta happen during this, just let it flow. Because again, like the difference between like doing these right here and then actually drawing them out, it's like those always kind of turn out a little rigid because you're just drawing the design. But then once you start putting that design into like practice, you start to make it feel natural. I know one thing's for certain, I definitely don't have their heights right and all that. So we're just gonna try to be loose and fun during this stream, and maybe actually finish up a picture if we get some good enough like good enough poses and stuff down. One thing for this project has just been not being afraid to just start and try. Because, like, your work and everything can improve along the way. You know, if you keep just studying and practicing, you'll learn. Like, just actively study and start applying these things, your work will improve. So, at some point, just gotta give it a try. And just let yourself grow. Else that thing might never start if you try to wait and be perfect. And honestly, when I actually started to give this a try, it really wasn't that bad. So there's like a lot of mental mind game things going on with that. Just can't let it freak you out. Oh, and if I've only recently noticed that the mouth of like the little ghosts, my ghost avatar has been moving with every like button press and stuff. Hope it's not too disorienting. It's a very sensitive mic. I can try to move the thing up a bit more. I just know that I'm not a very loud talker, so it might not even move her mouth half the time, like so. Okay. Well, that's good enough. We'll live with it. Sorry to disrupt the illusion of me being a ghost. You can still pretend. Speaking of this comic project and everything though, I'm moving now to push things into the phase of getting started on actually drawing the comic itself. I have the first issue, I have the summary of the first issue done already, so all that's left there is to script it. And the only other stuff left design wise is just designing some important locations. Like, that's it on that end. Designing important locations, and then I can jump into like thumbnailing. I was just getting a few other story things prepared, But I'm about ready to jump into this. Um, Hopefully in the next couple weeks. I've got a lot of stuff planned out already. First couple parts outlined a little bit. So I'm just trying to finish what other preparations are left. And I think the biggest thing is really just the location designs, which hopefully I can get those done pretty soon. I want to take a break on the design side just so I can, after doing like, how many characters is this? After doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then count the other two ladies, 9, 10 characters. I want to take a bit of a break on the design end. So that's why we're doing some fun character drawing. But yeah, I hope to actually, I plan on getting to the development side for the like comic pages pretty soon. So I'm just getting some story stuff solidified, and I think pretty soon I should be getting to scripting and thumbnailing. And last end of things is just making sure I have just some kind of decent important location designs down, so I won't be guessing. It's one of those things that you kind of don't really want to do, but it's definitely necessary. Can't skip it. So just being patient on that end and pacing things out. I'm hyped though. This ain't too bad. This ain't too bad. I know this. This is a funny thing. This looks wildly different than what I have right here. It's like style wise, but we'll figure out how I want things to look. That's why it's important to actually draw them, figure out how you want things to look. No, that's true. That is true. And we still love him for it. Not too shabby so far. Part I hadn't thought about much is like the neck area. Not too sure how to go about that. Oh, I guess as you guys can see, like the names up here, the kind of working title for the project is BakeBots, just because they've all got sweet themes or sort of baking related themes. Just general kind of food. Not entirely sure what I want to call this yet. It's just, I guess you say, been a placeholder name. Like maybe I might end up rolling with that, or maybe I might develop something better. Hmm. I forget what's this from. I think it's, I want to say Sonic Unleashed. It sounds like it. This song. Yeah, it is. Cool Edge. Alright, let's see. Starting to feel a tad bit hungry. What are you guys having for dinner tonight? I, for me, it's probably some leftovers from the last couple days. Mm, both of those sound good. Actually had some mac and cheese earlier for lunch. Maybe I shouldn't have brought up the food topic. It's just made me hungrier. Something warm would be very nice though. I know been getting a little bit chilly. I wish we had to get to the store and get some more milk and apple cider for hot chocolate and hot apple cider purposes. Not at the same time though. We're getting places. We're getting places. Not too shabby. Alright, let's figure out the face. Because that's one of like the main areas of, I want to say, sort of concern. Figuring out how the little helmet actually works and looks in 3D space. Let's see. Nose should be like down there or something. Actual eye line. Keep his silly mouth. One moment. Okay, back. Had to give the cat some extra cat cereal. I do not yet have my eating privileges. Let's see. Alright, so the main important thing is figuring out these shapes, like, let me go over this. It's figuring out these shapes right here, how they work in a 3D space and make them make sense. So let's see. Start with like this crest right here. Okay. Let's first start with head part, because see, this fight me here where I might need to pull up my handy dandy massive file of references. Because how it essentially works is the rest of the part of the head is like a helmet. So it's like figuring that out. We're learning, okay. High, like down here. Now doing this part, I don't know if I want to give a nose ridge or have it flat, or maybe like a mix of both. I don't know. We'll see how we're feeling about it. Hmm. All right. This part right here. This is when you figure out like how it actually sits on the head. Maybe something like this. Wait, let me see. Because there's this part here too, which I can't forget about. Hmm. I guess you could have it like that. And just down the face, it'd be straight down. No, here I have the eyes like flush against the helmet part. I'm not sure. Did that carry over well here? I don't know. Hmm. By all means, I still want it to be very cute as well. But one thing with this is I'm not sure how much emoting that lends itself well to trying to keep it right up against things like that. Maybe this would be good. And let's see. I think something like this will lend itself more to being easier to get expressiveness out of. And we got once again, it's honestly really funny just how far apart these two are style wise. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Let's see. I could either have it flush like that. Let's see. I won't overcomplicate it. Because again, I do still want this to be simple. Hmm. Alright, I think this is alright. It's pretty cute. Charming. I think that's enough of a base to go off of here. So hopefully not too jarring. Oh no. I really don't think it's a bad look, honestly. Mm, I really feel like that played a part. Just not entirely sure how to get it to like. Let's see. Alright, I think that's good enough to go off of for now. It works, it works. Alright, so let's get back to our main drawing over here. Alright. Okay, so we got this head base from the side to refer to. And now let's make it make sense from 3/4. Okay. Let's just give it a try. Alright, we're gonna figure this out. Still try to keep that kind of simplified shaping in here too, and not go overboard. things considered, I don't think it's not too bad. Ah, hot dog night. Nice, nice. Absolute peak would have been chili dog dinner though. Either way, it still sounds appetizing. I must wait, but my hunger will be rewarded. My patience will have proved true or something. The reason I'm in here, because of that fake hedgehog. It's a little Sonic reference for you Sonic fans. No, actually, I don't mind this like kind of direction for the look of the bots. I just hope this compared to this won't be like too misleading. So I wonder if there's any way I could like still resemble that in a way. Well, I guess that's the whole point of doing this whole character exploration thing to really see how I want the overall look for this style and comic to be, and how I want to map out, translate these characters, whatever the word you use. Okay. You know something? I was looking at, maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but I know previous streams and stuff, like the names in the chat were like different, but I wonder if it has to do with this new random visual update YouTube did. I wonder if that also affected like the names shown in the comment section. It's a really sudden update. Yeah, I had to do a double take for both yours and Coral's name, cause like I know this couldn't have been what I saw before. Oh man, RuneScape. YouTube. update, dredging out old memories. It's not one I ever played, but I heard of it plenty. Gosh, I know I kind of had just mentioned it, but I was thinking of doing this to like practice drawing the characters. I did not think about the whole like style, using it as like a comic style test. That'd actually be very handy. The one free online game, it's easy to get into and run on an old laptop. Honestly, shoot, had I known, I don't know, maybe I could have gotten into it back then because my old laptop, I tried to play so much stuff on that and it would struggle. My goodness, would it struggle. There was one like free game. Well, there's a couple. Like one of the free games that I like tried to play once was something called what the heck was it called? I have to find it because it's like I have a video posted of it on like my old YouTube account that I don't think I can even access anymore. Like as far as logging in, but I can't remember what it was called. It was like Secondhand Lands or something. But it's supposed to be like a fairy tale based game or something. And it ran absolutely garbage on my computer. By the time the laptop lagged like crazy. You can see how horribly it lagged in that video. Yeah, I think it's called Secondhand Lands. It was like a fairy tale based MMO or something, which I found out later apparently is absolutely awful. I just knew that you could play as a wolf, and I wanted to play as a wolf, but I never played it for very long. I didn't end up playing it for a long time because I couldn't figure out what in the world I was doing. Ah, so you also were victim to that game. Oh, that it's been a while. It could have been the same video I saw or something on it. I don't know. I know I saw a video on it, but it was like actually talking about how horrible the game was. It's like, oh, Guess I dodged the bullet not being able to play it. Oh, there's a Kids Next Door game? Shoot, of course there was. Man, I know those days though. Ah, okay. Yeah, that one I don't think I saw. Yeah, that's like kind of an instant sell back in the day. Like, of course you want to make your own character. I was the same, though like the biggest sell for me is if your character could be like an animal or something. Like I don't know if you ever tried it, but like one huge game for me that I had tried playing so many times and mainly I used like my mom and dad's computer for was Wolf Quest. Oh my gosh, Wolf Quest. I played that game so much. I just thought it was so cool. Yeah, Wolf Quest. Oh, dude, Wolf Quest is so cool. It's actually still going to this day. Like, it's it is legit a game for Yellowstone National Park, and they're still updating it to this day. And honestly, it looks really cool now. One of these days, I gotta try out again, but um, it's so cool. But yeah, I played that like crazy. And game I never did play completely, but did try to at one point was Toontown. Back when that was still actually alive officially. I didn't get very far because I think just it was just too much for the computer. Yeah, poor old mom and dad's computer couldn't run it. I don't think because I knew for sure my laptop couldn't run it. Honestly, I had tried out the Toontown Online or Toontown Rewritten. I think it was like a few years ago or something, and trying it, I don't know if I even would have gotten very far, because like even now I do not understand the mechanics of it. And grinding seems kind of tedious too. Interesting game though. Ah, I see. Dang, it's an interesting mechanic. Though having to constantly earn more stuff would does kind of feel like it get tiring. But that's just kind of the nature of it, isn't it? Trying to think, what was I don't know if there's much other like computer games like official capacity that I tried to play. I think it was like different like I guess you could kind of say official. Um, I know it's like I don't think you can say fan made, but I guess you say original MMO stuff that I had tried back in the day. Um, Stuff that I don't know if how many people would even know or remember, but Feral Hearts was one. I don't know if either of you guys have ever heard of Feral Hearts, but that was the MMO back in the day that I played some of. It's like you could either be like a wolf or a lion. I thought it was so cool. It's highly possible you probably haven't heard of it, but that was one I tried, and it turned into it got a different name at some point. Started off Feral Hearts, and then it turned into I don't remember what it turned into, but I want to say I think it's still going today. What's it called now? It's called Feral Heart, and I think this game is still going. Though I think it might have changed a bunch since then. Either still going or the name changed or something. All I know is that at some point it changed. But I liked it a lot. I didn't really care to go on there like for talking to people. It was just to make a cool animal character. But yeah, that's like super old memories though, man. I tried like just a multitude of kind of random games like that. Like anything that showed that I could have like a cool looking avatar that's either animal or creature, I tried out. But I never actually cared about the interacting with people online part that much. Because talking to people online was scary for a young me. It was like I would do it somewhat, but I didn't ever really want to commit to that. That one I never tried out, but I think I only heard about it way, way, way later on. I think I knew somebody who was into it. I get that. Oh, that sucks. I can understand that though. Now this isn't one of those like a technically MMO game, but Little Big Planet is something that I wish I had actually communicated more with people online with and not been so scary. Because I liked playing with people online, but I didn't like when people followed me back to my like launch pad because then I get nervous and I didn't want to talk to them. But that's a game I wish I had gone back and played more online stuff of, considering it's online is dead now. That was a lot of fun playing with people. Even though I didn't like talking to them. It was really fun playing with them. Oh man, that's an old name. Oh, nice. Yeah, Guy is one I've always had heard of and seen, but I never tried that. Yeah, I never tried Gaia Online. Oh, nice. Nice. Oh, that's fun. I think where I actually start talking to people like that, it's weird because like there's some places where I would and some places where I wouldn't, but one place where I definitely did and had a lot of fun doing so was iScribble. Those ancient days of iScribble, man. Like, it's technically not like an MMO game, but more like a. It was like draw pile, but a public, just a public website. uh, that's fun, even if it didn't have anything happen. That's fun. Fun days. Oh, you wanna know a kind of MMO thing though? I don't know if you ever heard of it, but Transform Ice. Oh my gosh, Transform Ice! I had a blast with back in the day. It's basically like a survival game with mice, cartoon mice that you play with like a big group of people and get put in random rooms. Oh, dude, you never heard Transform Ice? Oh my gosh, that was the stuff back in the day. It's still around too. Like it's just on Steam now, but it's still around. But basically, yeah, it was like a survival, group survival thing. You play with different people. The basic objective was get the cheese in part of the level and get back to the hole. But the challenge was the maps. The maps would make it very difficult to get to and from the cheese in the hole. You have to make sure you don't like die or fall off or something. And there had something called like shaman mice, where basically they were magic mice that some player in the room would get appointed to try to help the mice to get to one side of the map to the other so they could get the cheese and get into the hole. And the shaman would have a bunch of different tools that they could use. They could place planks and boxes and different stuff to help mice. And I'm pretty sure they got more skills as the game went on. But it was really cool. Sometimes you'd have a map where two shamans would team up. Um, but then there'd also be cases where someone being appointed the shaman would just kill everyone because they have those type of powers, like could launch a cannonball and shoot everybody off the map. So uh, it sucked when that happened. And then there are some times where shamans would be like competitive, and even though they're supposed to team up, uh, sometimes they fight against each other. There's a lot to it, man. But I always got super nervous because it like rotates between different people, the shaman position. So I always got nervous when I got appointed the shaman because it took some time to figure out how the heck the powers worked. Because I'm telling you, there's a lot you could do. You could anchor tools and stuff to each other to make bridges and stuff. It was a lot to it. But being a shaman is always like kind of nerve wracking. Yeah, it was a fun physics game. I really enjoyed it as a kid. I played a bunch of it. I would like to try it again, but I had played a ton of it as a kid. Ah, Coral fellow Transform Ice player. Yeah, those were really fun times, man. I enjoyed it so much, and I gotten honestly the most fun thing about it was the more you succeeded in getting the cheese, the more items that you could buy to like customize your mouse with, and I had gotten quite a bit. I think at one point I got like that was during the days when like My Little Pony and stuff was popular, so there's like My Little Pony hair you could buy. I think I bought some of those and some other like hair and earring and other accessory type stuff. Gosh, it was I love that game, man. Since it was a free game, at some point they implemented like custom items, customized let's see, custom cosmetics that you could like pay for, like the really special ones. So as a kid, of course, I never got those, even though they looked so cool. But there's a lot of fun items you can unlock the more that you like succeeded. I kind of wish I could see my old mouse because I don't remember what I looked like. But that account is either long gone, probably long gone since it's not even a web browser game anymore. It's like a you get on Steam. I wouldn't remember the login anyway. I do remember they. I played it for a long time, and they did some updates as time went on. They made it look more official and stuff. Because at one point they implemented like a training area where basically you could practice being both a mouse and practice being a shaman, so it'd be easier to learn what to do. Honestly, it was really cool. I recommend trying it out. I don't know what it's like nowadays, but I can't imagine it would change like that much. But I don't know. Oh yeah, another thing about it, it became like an official thing. But like stuff shamans would do is like put a bunch of items together to the point they start glitching out terribly, and it could possibly kill a mouse, kill the mice with how much they were glitching out. And one thing was like putting a bunch of anvils together until the physics would start to freak, and then trying to survive that. And I think that just became like an official thing at some point. Got to the point with like community made levels and special seasonal levels, all that type of cool stuff. Yeah, the anvil. Yeah, the anvil monster. Oh man, you did not want to be around when that thing popped up. But yeah, that was like one of those few games that I was around for long enough where it's like I see a lot of how it just changed over time. They added new stuff like updates added dancing emotes and all that stuff. Good days, man. Those were fun. Very fun times. Yeah, aside from that, I can't think of any other like big multiplayer type thing, like a big and notable one that I played a lot. Really fun stuff though. Oopsie. I think the only thing needs adjusting is yeah, these need to be shorter or this needs to be longer. Alright, let's see. We got 20 minutes. Do we want to finish this one or start on a different sketch? Actually, in hindsight, I should have went over this on a different layer, but oh well. Alright, let's see. We got 16 minutes. I wonder if we can get a quick sketch in. I'm pretty happy with this though. I don't think it's a bad look to go for this comic. Alright, so we're on a different layer. Let's see if we can do a quick fast thingy in 15 minutes that we have left. That's not important right now. Oh shoot, it hasn't. Oh, Either it hasn't or it's just way too low. Oh, why my audio turned down so low? My bad, guys. I wish I knew that earlier. Shoot. Sorry about that, y'all. Just sitting here looking at me in silence. Oh man, my joke didn't even work. Oh dang it. I didn't know my audio was that low. Shoot. I wish I had known. Y'all miss so much good music. Well, I'm glad that many people have been watching, even without being able to hear anything. Alright, let's not put too long on this part of the sketch. No, it doesn't look exactly right. Maybe also like this, not far enough. Try to rush this. can finish this little sketch one. It's like one of the few good versions of green light right. Alright. I think we're gonna leave it here. Despite my hesitations, it's honestly been pretty fun. Not that bad. I think this gonna work. I'll like clean this thing up later. I'm pretty happy with this actually. I think we can call it here. I'm pretty happy with this actually. I'm gonna save this. Just gonna save it as style testing. Thank you, Ghost. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep trying out the designs along this line, and instead of like kind of the rigid nature I was going about designing them. Not that they look bad; they look really good. They still, but I think testing them out this way, like just trying to draw them naturally, it'll really get like a solid style down for how I want this whole thing to look. And honestly, I'm really happy with where it's going right now, actually. So, yeah, I'm gonna continue along these lines. I might do another sketch or two on here and clean up some of them, and color them in. But yeah, it's pretty promising. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it a day here. I'm very hungry and I need to eat some dinner. But I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I'm actually really excited to keep these going and just like see how designs kind of naturally flesh themselves out as we actually attempt drawing them. Yeah, like along with this, I'm gonna be working on finalizing some things so I can get started on drawing the whole comic itself. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with these tonight. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and turn in, get me some dinner, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday night and the week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and chilling. I'll see you guys next time around.